What is up, everybody? This is your boy Jay, and today's squad, we are about to be reacting to the 10 most racist WWE moments ever. Now, I don't know what made me want to do this because after all, I was watching Hulk Hogan Comes Clean about the wrestling business. Then I stopped at like the 2.5 minute moment because I seen what was coming up next, and it was this video that I'm reacting to now. I'm deciding to react to now. Oh man, my phone about to die on me while I'm reacting. Okay, now that I got my charger in my phone now, but I'm gonna give you guys a little slight warning. If you feel offended or want somebody being racist against you, don't watch the rest of this video here because remember I said it's the 10 most racist moments on WWE. And also, just to add on about WWE, people be saying that it's fake nowadays, but if you still think that it's real, I'm with you. If you don't think it's real, that's okay. I still hang with the squad though. Well, I'm gonna just tell you all this though. I like stuff that's old school, like the wrestlers Andre the Giant, Booker. Oh my God, Booker T. Not Booker T. Washington. Don't act stupid though. They just get names off of history people or just off of random things, or what's the other word? Like adjectives on their names and stuff. Like Andre the Giant or Hulk Hogan, like the Incredible Hulk. Well, anyway, let's get into it. But remember, if you think you're gonna feel offended or triggered about these moments here, because they're gonna mess with stereotypes in the wrong direction, don't watch this video. Go to one of my other reaction videos, my previous videos, and watch one of those just to entertain yourselves and feel safe about your your feelings and thoughts. Let's go. Here we go. Man. I know it always takes me a minute to get to the video. I don't know why.
Butt culture. It's hard to be a WWE fan sometimes. Back in the day, it was, it's fake, right? And hey, that was a terrible feeling to get hit with. That felt like a direct attack on our intelligence. But it's 2017, and we don't really get that question very often anymore. We get something more complex, something not based on intellect but morality. Wrestling is racist, right?
No.
Damn. In my personal opinion, I don't believe the art form is inherently racist, but there's definitely no arguing that many things, at least the top company in the world of wrestling, has done that have been crazy racist. While racism was happening on our screens for the past 3 years, in order to progress as people and as wrestling fans, we have to visit the missteps and discuss just what the hell went wrong. Here are the 10 most racist WWE moments ever. Alright, before we start, a couple of dishonorable mentions, and just that they aren't a single moment. All of Charles Wright's characters. Papa Shango, a villain who practices voodoo on his opposition. Kama Mustafa, a gold chain-wearing militant black man who joins a stable in the 90s known as the Nation of Domination, who mirror the Black Panthers. And the Godfather, a pimp who brings his words not mine, hoes to the ring and offers his opposition a night with one and sometimes many of them to forfeit the match. I also have to point out Scott Hall, the bad guy, the white guy, playing Razor Ramon. Not a good look, my dude, but actually you played White America like a goddamn banjo, so excellent look, my dude. It made you millions, but f*** you, bro. It's 2017. It's been f*** you, so f*** you then. Alright, let's get into this list. Wait. There also have been no WWE champions who have been black in history outside of The Rock.
No, that is... Wait,
what the f***, WWE?
This dude just messed up that was talking. The New Day is a group of 3 black men that was champions. So you must have not watched enough wrestling to prove that had not been any black wrestlers that were champion. Because I know wrestling people. Like, I can just name them. You can ask me, like, name as many black wrestlers that you know. I just named one before I even played this video. I said Booker T. You can see him on the list when you play it on your Nintendo, your Xbox One, like I do sometimes when I stream. I got 2K16, and he's talking about 2K17. And I need to really step my WWE game up. I might get it for my PS4, but he said there hadn't been one in history. You ain't watching enough wrestling to say that. Remember, the New Day is a group of black men, like with Big E, Xavier Woods. I don't know what the third one is, so don't get it twisted. That's besides the point, though. He said it hadn't been one in history. Man, get out my face with that stuff, man. I ain't leaving though, but let's continue.
What the f***? It's 2017. How could this happen? How are we here right now? Thankfully, at least we have an Indian WWE champion in Jinder Mahal right now, who was offered absolutely no credible build at all. Just kind of skyrocketed to the top and grabbed the title. So maybe the weakest storyline to WWE champion in history. Also a non-white competitor. Thanks a lot, WWE. You're full of shit, you motherfuckers. Alright, let's get into this goddamn list so we can shit on you some more. Number 10, Goldust comes to the ring in blackface. Soul Dust is a character created by the ever-changing Goldust, who came to the ring in different ring attire and personality every week, also known as the artist formerly known as Goldust, the name referencing Prince's name change in the late 1990s. So in this particular night, Goldust is to face Flash Funk, a black wrestler whose name suggests that yes, he is indeed a black wrestler. So Goldust comes to the ring in a fur coat with a boombox over his shoulder, with an afro wig, a gold chain, and in full blackface. Not a lot more to say about this, as it wasn't a part of a...
See that here? You know who I'm going to tell you guys what I was just thinking about. I was thinking about, what's the name of that guy? Oh, Mr. T. Yeah, if you ever seen that series called Epic Rap Battles of History, the one with Mr. T, he had all those gold chains, all of them. I mean, like everywhere on his neck, like coming all the way down towards like his waist. I'm like, man, how many gold chains you got?
Bigger storyline, thank fucking God. But yep, white dude in blackface for no reason other than that he's wrestling a black guy. Okay, alright. Also, the match is thrown away in disqualification, so basically there's no reason for even a match at all either. Flash Funk didn't get the rub. Goldust doesn't look like a threat. Just racism for ratings. Great.
Stupid.
Number 9, the Mexicools debut. Psychosis, Juventud Guerrera, and Super Crazy. 3 of the most talented cruiserweights of their time, despite debuting as a stable with a little trumpet riff and yard work cover overalls as lawnmowers, calling themselves the Mexicools. Now, look, if we didn't have the context of WWE's booking and backstage situation being hugely racially motivated, this would actually be fucking badass. I mean, if this was Psychosis, Juvi, and Super Crazy's invention, if the stable was a means of getting their power back by shoving a Mexican stereotype down America's throats, then that's incredible and amazing, especially in a time when we had Eddie and Ray Ray as top talents on the SmackDown brand. But unfortunately, it didn't take much time at all for the stable to be taken less seriously and walk hand in hand with the comic relief of the show. Should have just brought back the LWO, man. What disappointing booking and what a disappointing story the Mexicools were given. Number 8, Kaientai castrate Val Venus. God, this one is so hard to talk about. Alright, so in storyline, Val Venus is a porn star. Kaientai is a group including some of the best wrestlers from Japan, just wrapped into an Asian stereotype. Val Venus begins sleeping with Yamaguchi-san's kayfabe wife. In response, Kaientai jobs out to him for a couple weeks. Val was then betrayed by Taka Michinoku, who joins Kaientai because he's also Japanese, which brings Kaientai out on an episode of Raw where Yamaguchi-san has a sword and a chopping block, and he yells into the microphone at Val, "Choppy, choppy, your pee-pee." Holy shit. As if this wasn't reason enough for us to all cringe at one time, later on in the night, Kaientai kidnaps Val Venus and cuts his dick off. They cut his dick off. As if the ever-prevalent narrative of emasculating Asian men being perpetuated wasn't enough. The villains here in the story, now, the guy whose wife left him is a villain, responds by cutting Val Venus's dick off. White porn star emasculates and cuckolds Asian guy. Asian guy is bad guy, cuts white guy's dick off. That happened. That happened.
What?
That happened. That happened. Number 7, the one-man gang debuts as Akeem the African Dream.
I knew it was
White dude is repackaged as African dude, Mean Gene introduces dude by venturing daringly into a back alley where black people playing such stereotypes as skeleton jewelry and war paint dancing girls, as well as boombox over-the-shoulder man who yells words like "Behold." Together they dance in a circle around a trash bin on fire, and they summon Akeem the African Dream, who's a white dude. Dude then spends his entire career dancing in a goofy way. F*** this dude. Also, since this has happened, the WWE has continually acknowledged and celebrated it happening, which is very weird. Why did they do that? Number 6, Triple H buries Booker T. Alright, look, if you know anything about Triple H, you know he's notorious for burying his opponents and allegedly using his notoriety as means to never lose. Alright, so it's 2000.
Hold up. Burying his opponent? I'll expect that from The Undertaker. Because you know, like, he does some stuff that sounds similar to Voodoo or something, or 666. Or they're about 666, not 36 Mafia, fool. I mean, the people that, like, oh, basically got my mind twisted. Oh, I'm starting to get a headache. Oh, man, I don't even know what to say. I'm speechless.
Wrestling is hot as shit, really, and so is Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. Out of nowhere, yes. Rocky is thrown over the top rope in a battle royal to determine who will face the world champion at Mania a couple months out. Huge move on WWE's part to push Booker. Booker comes out the following Monday and is met with the world champion Triple H, who he'll be facing at the pay-per-view. Now, Hunter grabs a mic and he says this thing I'm about to say that is like a really hard thing to say, but this is what he says. Booker, I think you're a little bit confused about your role in life here. The fact is, Booker, somebody like, and then he looks him up and down, you doesn't get to be world champion. You see, people like you don't deserve it. That's reserved for people like me. See, Book, that's where the confusion is. You're not here to be a competitor. You're here to be an entertainer. So why don't you entertain? Do a little dance for me, Book. Come on, Book. Dance, entertain me. Oh. That's your job. Pretty much just Triple H referencing America's terrible racist past of minstrel shows being prominent in white entertainment, which is fucking horrible. It is 2003 when this is happening. 2003. So, goddamn, what a build for a Mania match, right? To see Booker T kick this racist's ass and literally take his gold is going to be fucking great. What a progressive company we have right here, right? Yeah, Triple H fucking squashes Booker T in the biggest event of the year, in one of the biggest matches of the year. Booker is dropped from the world title scene moving forward. This is at WrestleMania. It isn't until, and you can't make this shit up, Booker T begins speaking in an English accent and calling himself a king that he climbs back up to the world title scene. Fuck WWE. Number 5, DX mocked the Nation of Domination in blackface. Triple H is in this one too? No way. The guy whose symbol looks like this? The heir to the entire company when Vince's bastard racist body finally fails? Goodness. Billy Gunn as the Godfather saying pimps up, hoes down.
My dad watched Triple H before, like when I was real young, before this app was even, and in fact, before we even had phones. I mean, like, not like phones. I mean, like the little cheap phones that they call these days, the little flip phones, or the phones you can slide up like this, and they had the keyboard up like those kind of phones. My dad used to watch wrestling matches like this, and my grandmother still does too to this day. More like UFC and WWE, but more UFC because people keep telling us, like me and fans, you know what fan is racist but never. Wait, he did step on a ring. I'm going to tell you this at the end of the reaction, and I'm going to tell you who. I don't want to spoil it because I just feel too hyped when I see this dude's face. The guy that I'm talking to or referring to. You'll see.
Brownface, Triple H also in brownface as The Croc, a parody of Rocky, Road Dogg in brownface as D'Lo Brown, X-Pac in blackface as Mizark. This is what, 1998, an incredibly over segment 2. We had literally an entire audience of maybe 20,000 cheering for these white dudes embarrassing themselves. Think about how much fucking money dudes got, even just for this appearance, let alone their entire career. Look at Triple H, all the terrible things dude has done. This is top 10, but that's a different list for a different time. All the fucking accents they mimic black culture with, just a gross piece of television and probably celebrated backstage to this day. Alright, these next, alright. Number 4, Crime Time, steal Lita's possessions. Crime time. So let's talk about crime time. Crime time. Crime Time consists of JTG and Shad, two black men dressed like 50 Cent whose gimmick is that they are black and they commit crimes. There isn't a single segment that they have ever been a part of that isn't just racist television. They're constantly berated with racist jokes by white wrestlers. They're constantly involved in segments where they're made to look like stereotypes, like trying to sell each other stolen items or invalid items like Royal Rumble entry tickets. Doesn't even make sense. They brought out a George W. Bush impersonator, which was an entire 10-minute segment of the president saying stereotypically black things. The impersonator calls Condoleezza Rice one hot little black bitch. They invade King Booker's room with an oh snap free food and Charmel the cuisine is the bomb. Just like the fucking corniest shit imaginable. They notably stole Deuce and Domino's car to put big booty girls in the back and put big rims on it. It's like an infinite segment situation. Like every fucking segment, it's like infinite. They entertained a bunch of old white people at an old folks home by singing Christmas carols about crackheads, rolling dice, and robbing all the whites. The scene ends with the old white woman saying that she will bust a cap in your ass. Honestly, just researching this shit was fucking horrible. I feel like 1,000 times less cool just doing this. The promo vignettes of Crime Time just has them robbing a restaurant. Even just hearing the cringy yeah, yo, 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 and the friggy, record scratching thing. It's just it's like everything, all the bad things. It's like they took all the bad things, they made the worst thing ever. It's like WWE they just decided to make the worst thing ever. Anyway, one of the best female wrestlers of the time, Lita, wrestles her final fucking match as a string of neck injuries legitimately force her to an early retirement, and Crime Time steals her lingerie and embarrasses her as a send-off.
Wow.
Number 3, Vince McMahon drops the N-bomb. Type in Vince McMahon N-word in YouTube. Pretty much says it all. John Cena hits
when they say the N-bomb, I heard of F-bomb, but not N-bomb. I feel a bit stupid when I said that though, but I ain't never said the N-bomb before. Wait, yeah, I said, hold up. Let me slow down real quick. When it said a letter than the word bomb, there must be some kind of word you shouldn't say. I said shouldn't say. I meant to say shouldn't say. I wouldn't give an example. Let's actually say it because I would look real bad if I did. But they have the A, B almost towards the letter P, I think. No. T-bomb? No, not T-bomb. V. Yeah, V. All the way to the letter V. But those letters that are between A and V, not all of those have bombs after it. Like the A bomb. I'm gonna get. Oh man, I'm not gonna talk about it though. But I'm just saying, when I realized, I remember what the F bomb was. I thought it was that. I thought when they said the bomb, they're gonna drop the teacher gives you the F bomb. They're gonna put a little bomb with an F in it, and you failed. But nowadays they would say that the F bomb is when you say the F word, and I'm like, oh, nobody better not drop that to me at school. I mean, at school you can do it around anywhere around the world, but not at school. No adult should do that at school at all. But let me tell you this though: if any white person at a school, my school, or anywhere else drops the N-bomb, I'm knocking you dead straight. Point blank, period.
Bischoff with a little homophobia while in his hip-hop gimmick. Alright. That shit alone is racist as f***, to be honest, but Vince walks up, says, "What's good in the hood?" and "Keep it up, my N-word," to John Cena, the white guy who is the face of the company, performing as a...
No, Cena, why'd you do this? You used to be my favorite wrestler till this day. For 12 whole years, I've been wanting to see you fight in this kind of match, in this kind of entertainment. but you're gonna drop the N-bomb? Boy. I now don't know if I should trust me seeing you with the mic on television now, Cena. I'm not sure if you're gonna be able to watch this though, but he is my favorite match player and stuff in WWE gaming, television shows. And all I'm saying is that I know. Wait, now it doesn't make sense to me because people know I listen to this rapper Lil White. Yep, he is a white artist, and like only 2 of his songs. Like if you have a whole list of all of the song titles he got, if you listen to the song "Drop It Off," he says, "My N-bomb Paul." He works with DJ Paul, Hypnotized Minds. If you know what that is, the music industry. That's the only time he says it. I think so. Yeah, because I thought that the song "In the Streets" had an N-word. It said got to get those nickels and dimes all the time. Because Benjamin Franklin's the only MF bomb on my mind. I thought he said had to get his goons like the N-bombs. You know what I'm talking about? Because how fast he says nickels is like he's saying something else. You'll get it one day if you don't understand.
Character inspired by black culture. Vince then smiles ear to ear, walks by Booker T and his wife Sharmell, the same Booker T who was denied being face of the company publicly in storyline because of his race. Vince walks by them, completely not acknowledging them. When Booker says, "Tell me he didn't just say that," met with laughter from the crowd till the scene's cut. Why was this a thing?
Why did you laugh? Why did you laugh? I hope no black person in that audience laughed at that because you got triggered. You got triggered. I see you being triggered because I see your mouth just dropped. I see you, little boy. You got your mouth covered. I see you with your mama. Both y'all feel triggered, huh? Leave. Just leave. Don't watch Cena. Don't watch him. You don't watch him either. Gotta see how y'all feel now. If a black person come follow me because I feeling triggered, I know y'all feeling triggered too. Don't act like you ain't just heard that. Unless you're deaf for real. Oh, you're deaf? Alright. Why you even here? Because you can't hear nothing. Pause. Why did I even bring that up? Because it's hard for me to get triggered easily. It's a real hard though. Because if I feel triggered, I would just stop the video right here and give my outro right now. It's hard for you to trigger me. Anybody.
Did this happen? Why do this? I don't understand. Why do this? Oh, fuck. Number 2. Oh, fuck. Number 2. Mohammed Hassan, the Muslim terrorist, is killed off. I know this tops like so many lists on YouTube, but dude is an Italian American who plays a Muslim terrorist post 9/11 and feuds with only top talent upon the debut to get.
You bringing up 9/11 stuff? What kind of dude are you? People think that Muslims did 9/11. Why are you even still talking about this? It's 2018. That's 17 years ago. You can give prayers to those that died. But don't bring this stuff up. Because the person you're talking to about it could have a relative that worked in those Twin Towers. I'm saying, bruh, why bring up some crap from the past just to be so rude? Like, that includes making a cancer joke about somebody that's bald. Like messing around with Steve Harvey saying that he got cancer when he don't. I'm like, chill. Don't bring all that crap up. You need to stop. Or you just need to get fired from your career or get another job if you're going to bring all this BS. Come on now.
last ride from The Undertaker into oblivion and then never ever appears on TV again. What was the point of this if not to just perpetuate Islamophobia outright? It built absolutely no stars. Nobody benefited from his presence, as he only ever feuded with already established talent just to be killed off television at peak. Dude had expressed that it's unfair that Arabic men are always seen as terrorists in America, which is great until you remember that he's a fucking Italian American named Mark playing a fucking bad guy. Number 1. Roddy Piper paints himself half black. I mean, you knew it had to be on this list. At WrestleMania 6, Roddy Piper faced Bad News Brown, and as the story goes, Vince, Pat Patterson, and Bad News himself pulled Piper aside and said, "Hot Rod, we want you to face Bad News Brown at next year's Mania." Piper had admitted to immediately saying, "I'm gonna paint myself half black." Bad News was, at this time, a former heavyweight amateur athletic union judo champion. This man was the first black man to win a solo Olympic Games medal in a sport other than boxing or track and field. He was trained as a professional wrestler by Inoki. Bad News Brown was the real fucking deal. So he's granted a WrestleMania match with one of the biggest draws in the company, and the first thing the Hot Rod says is, "I'm gonna paint myself half black." And the first thing that Vince McMahon says in response, "I love you." Bad News.
I'll tell you this though. Just because you name yourself Bad News Brown, you ain't gotta paint your face with the color of my gloves. I was gonna say my skin tone because they would be like, "Boy, you milk chocolate, you ain't black." Well, black is your race, but you're not the color black. That's your race. I'm like, why would you do that to your face, man? You know what paint could do to you? There are numerous things that actual paint could do to your skin. And people are mentally retarded. They're just retarded.
An interview about these events has claimed this meeting never happened and that management had to call him and tell him Piper was going to paint himself half black. Bad News then felt he couldn't dispute it because it would just mean they would take him off the card, so he went along with it, knowing that one of these days Piper was going to get his, whether it be from himself or somebody around the towns they toured.
I didn't expect the whole body to be black. I expected just the face.
On top of this, management then wanted Hot Rod to put Bad News Brown over, and Roddy refused, resulting in the Mania match to end in a double countout, leaving no victor. And just to square everything up in this racist bullshit that it is, Piper was paid $50,000 for the match, and Bad News, 10 grand. Now, not only did Hot Rod wrestle the match in blackface, but he cut all the promos painted half black as well. In one of them, he has a conversation with himself and his impersonation of Bad News, in which he insults his intelligence, speaks in an accent that is like the cringiest thing I've ever seen, and then he raises his fist and he says he will be wrestling for black power, but not for black power for Bad News Brown, but black power for himself and Nelson Mandela. Holy shit. Well, that was fucked up. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Jesus fucking Christ. I can't promote myself after this fucking shit. Alright, bye.
Alright. Now, you know that our president, DT, I think I might just call him DT because I didn't want to say it. I'm going to say his first and last initials, but all I wanted to say after this stuff that I just seen, I almost got triggered on the last part in the, about number 4 or 3. I don't even remember the numbers. I just wanted to see what the numbers were, because I expected something like for Donald Trump to get involved in this, because you know he is a huge wrestling fan. I mean, so huge you may even see him there, but not nowadays, because you know he's the tweeter. I'm gonna call him a tweeter. I won't call him a president, because a president doesn't tweet all dang day, just talking to or talking rude about the other person we wanted, that most of us wanted to run, because women deserve a chance. I let a women go in front of me in the line, even though I really wanted to get something. I let her get it because she wanted something, but not the person that DT always talks about. Well, I'm just surprised this dude painted himself half black. I'm like, it can't be that dark, then your color will be black. That does not change your race. Just because you're painting yourself a different color, it does not change your race. You will fall into an artificial character. Like if you see the color wheel or something. That's like a video that I saw by Brandon Rogers. This dude painted his skin almost like Donald Trump's. Pause, but not as much though. And the only thing I'm concerned about is, like, he said, I'm so black. The way he said it, I'm like, you ought to shut your mouth. Oh. So, let's conclude this video, squad. Subscribe. I subscribe right back. I'm going to keep doing this as long as I shall live. And, well, not as long as I shall live. Maybe as long as I have this account with this phone. I'll see y'all. Remember, I subscribe right back. Subscribe to me. Give me some coins. I know how to give y'all coins because I need to update this app. I don't know why. But, anyway, deuces.